You're listening to the Master Passive Income Podcast Network. Welcome to the Master Passive Income Show. My name's Dustin Heiner, and I'm here to help you never have to worry about AI taking your job because you invest in real estate and make more money than you ever thought working for somebody else. And in today's show, I'm going to be sharing with you why you must invest in real estate, because AI is going to take your job and you better own real estate, because that's how you're going to be able to feed your family. I'm going to show you how to do it in today's episode. All right, let's start the show.
Welcome to the Master Passive Income Podcast, where we talk about investing in real estate with a special focus on making enough money so you can quit your job and live the dream life. And now, here is your host, Dustin Heiner.
What's up? Super blessed as always to have you here with me on the show. Now, I am so pumped about my next few episodes that I'm going to be releasing here at Master Passive Income. Today's episode, I'm going to be talking to you about why you need to invest in real estate and not count on your dead-end J.O.B. or your just overbroke job. Next week, I'm going to be talking about how to get out of taxes. In fact, the next few episodes are going to be all about taxes and how to get out of paying taxes legally. And on top of that, when you start making more money, and hopefully this episode today is going to help you to realize, number one, your job is going to be gone because of AI. That's number one. You just need to know that right now. In fact, I didn't believe this probably about 6 months ago. But now what I'm seeing, it's amazingly crazy how so many jobs are being lost right now. In the next 5 years, most jobs will be gone. It's just crazy. Now, I'll talk more about it in the episode. But if you're realizing your job will probably be gone. In fact, if you're a white collar worker, you're working on a computer, your job will probably be gone. If you're a handyman, totally different. Now, that's number one. Number one, your job will probably be gone here soon. And so that's what this episode's about today, is you need to start investing in real estate so that you can have money to provide for your family. Next week and the weeks after, when you are investing in real estate, you're going to be making so much more money that you need to protect it from the government taking it from you. And I will say legally, you need to legally protect your money from the government taking it from you legally. And that is what we do as real estate investors. And when I was working a dead-end J.O.B., I did not worry about taxes because I wasn't making enough money. Now that I invest in real estate, now that I have 825 apartment units. There's 3 major large apartment complexes, 30 plus single family homes, invest in hotels. I've got large businesses that make me money every single month. Well, I have to worry about my money being taken away in taxes. And so I started worrying about taxes. I started worrying about, how can I get out of paying taxes? Now, for you listening, you might have no properties. You might have 1 property. You might have 10 properties. No matter where you are, today's episode is absolutely going to hopefully wake you up that you must invest. Not that you should invest in real estate, but you must invest in real estate to be able to provide for your family. And knowing that if you're a real estate investor, you will eventually, let's say 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years now, if you start investing now, like I'm trying to tell you how to do it and what to do and all that sort of stuff to get you investing, in 5 years from now, you're going to be worrying about all the money taken out in taxes because you're going to be making more money, a lot more money. That's what today's episode is all about. And in 10 years, you're going to be making so much more money. Let me say it this way. I save 99% of what I make in all of my businesses and real estate. And I only spend like 1% because I'm pretty frugal. I don't buy, Ferraris and these. I just don't spend a lot of money. It's just how I am. I save my money to buy more real estate, which buys me more real estate, which then buys me more real estate and I make more money. Well, I'm going to release in the next few episodes all about taxes, how you can get out of taxes legally. And even if you are not a full-time real estate investor, I'm going to show you how to get out of taxes because of real estate. It's going to be absolutely amazing. You need to come back for these episodes because even though you might not be making a lot of money right now, you will in the next 5 years. And I want these in your brain that this is the path that you are going to be taking. As real estate investors, we have a roadmap. We have a roadmap that every single investor takes. And this roadmap, you start in the beginning. And then you buy your first couple properties and you become a builder. You start building up your business. Then you start scaling and you want to become a scaler. Start scaling to where you get many properties. And then you become a liberator where you're now liberated from your job. And then you become a full-time investor where you're investing your capital. You're buying businesses. You're investing your money like the bank does, investing in notes and all that sort of stuff. Because right now, you might not have that on your perspective, or you might not think that's impossible right now. But trust me, if you go down the route of investing in real estate, just like I did, I didn't think I'd be where I'm at now 20 years ago. Did I think I would be where I'm at now? No, absolutely not. But here I am, because you take one step at a time. So today, I want to hopefully wake you up into realizing that you must invest in real estate. And in the next coming weeks, we're going to be talking all about taxes, because you do not wait until April 15th or December 31st to worry about your taxes. You worry about it all year long. And if you start implementing now, everything I'm going to be sharing in the next few episodes, start implementing them now, getting them in your brain that it's a part of your normal everyday business and way of doing life, you will have that built in to where you're not going to have to worry about taxes in the future. Now, obviously, I'm not an accountant. I'm not a lawyer, so consult them. I'm just going to be sharing with you what they've shared with me. And today's episode is the start of all of this. The start of you making so much more money that you then have to be worried about the IRS taking it from you, because you are making money and they want to take it from you. Something the government loves to do is take it from you and give it to whoever they want. But legally, you can get out of paying taxes. But first, you need to get out of working a dead-end J.O.B. And that's what today's episode is all about. AI is taking your job. Whether you know it or like it or not, it's going to happen. And you need to do this instead. And it's not that you should invest in real estate. It's that you must absolutely invest in real estate. And at my conference just last month, in Nashville, we have put on a 3-day amazing conference called Income Building Live. I'm going to give you one of my talks. Today, I'm going to play for you my entire talk talking about AI and how AI is going to make you invest in real estate. In fact, hopefully this episode is going to scare you into investing in real estate, because if you have been listening to me for, let's say, week after week, year after year, you keep listening to me and you have not invested in real estate, I've been trying to encourage you to invest in real estate, all the positive, the great things about investing in real estate. Well, now, that's the carrot. That's the carrot. And the opposite is the stick, where it's like, now I'm going to scare you into investing in real estate, because life can and will change at the drop of a hat. And you need to be ready. Life is going to be throwing curveballs at you here really, really soon because of AI, and everything's going to change. You must invest in real estate. In today's episode, I'm going to be playing I think it was the third or fourth talk that I gave at Income Building Live, encouraging you, getting you motivated, if not scared, to invest in real estate, because you must do it. All right, here we go. Today's episode is my talk at Income Building Live, why you must invest in real estate, because AI is taking your job. All right, here we go. Today, we're going to give you so many tactics and so many things that you could actually do to implement to become an income builder. Today is absolutely amazing. Every day is building on from the last one. And then we have so many amazing more speakers for you guys to continue on in helping you to become an income builder. Are you guys an income builder? Yes. Yes. Let's do it again. Are you an income builder? Yes. Are you an income builder? Yes. Let's stand up. Let's stand up. I'm excited. I have so much energy, especially coming out after Roger. All right, let's stand up. I want you guys to stand up and big, deep breath in your lungs. Are you an income builder? Yes. Are you an income builder? Yes. Are you an income builder? Yes. Are you going to own your future? Yes. Yes. Let's do it. Are you going to own your future? Yes. Are you going to own your future? Yes. Are you going to own your future? Yes. Thank you. Go ahead and have a seat. Now, your future will come no matter what. It's a proven fact that 100% of the people eventually die in this world. Proven fact. Your future will be here before you know it, and whether or not you take action That's going to dictate if you actually succeed or not. I want you to realize that you own your future. I want you to realize that everything that you have seen, these past few speakers from yesterday and today and tomorrow, these are people that have sat in your chairs, literally sat in the seats where you were thinking, it'd be amazing to be able to invest in real estate. Then they took action and they owned it. Do you guys own it? Yes, you own your future. Give me one big yes when I'm going to count to 3, and I'm going to say, I own it. I want you guys to say, I own it. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. I own it. I did that wrong. I said 1, 2, 3, then I own it. Okay, let's do it right. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, and then we all say, I own it. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. I own it. Now, this is a statement I got many, many times. You shouldn't invest in real estate. You might have heard that as well. Maybe your Aunt Gertrude might have said, you shouldn't invest in real estate. Your uncle tried it, and he had all these problems with tenants and all these other things that were going wrong. Other people projecting onto you their limitations or their hindrances in themselves and problems that they saw. If you guys remember yesterday, I talked about Nick Vujicic. No arms and no legs, and beat everything with all the odds against him. He beat everything because he did not become a victim. If you say, oh, it didn't work, oh my goodness, I'm never going to keep pushing through, then you wouldn't be moving forward. You wouldn't own your future. Just like Nick, he said, I'm going to figure out how to do it, not hang my head and said, I can't do it. But I hear this all the time, that you shouldn't invest in real estate. I'm going to say it this way. It's not that you shouldn't invest in real estate. And honestly, it's not even that you should invest in real estate. Let me say it one more time. It's not that you should invest in real estate, because coming is going to be number one, it's going to be the best time ever to invest in real estate, but coming times is going to be very, very scary. And I'm going to walk you through something right now I've been seeing. It's not that you should invest in real estate, it's you must now invest in real estate. You must invest in real estate. You might be thinking, well, why must I? I get it. I want financial freedom. I want to make money. I want to be able to provide for my family. I get that. No, there's so much more going on right now that I'm seeing. It's not that you should, it's that you must. In order to protect your family, provide for your family, your future depends on you investing in real estate. Yesterday, I talked about how my wife and I, we started our business. This was 2006. We started our business, and it was a fantastic business. We had employees and everything. We were making money. We were doing great. Everything. It's a convenience store, but we also had pizza in there. We opened it with high expectations of this being a franchise or start building up big businesses. And then to start it, we had to take a loan out on our house, our primary residence. But it was no big deal because I knew that we'd start making money and that I'd be able to pay the loan. And then we started business. Business was going really, really well. And so it was a pizzeria, but also a convenience store at the same time. And so this is not the actual pizza, but this is, a picture I found, I want to show you guys. But people were eating pizza. We had so much business. It was amazing, absolutely fantastic. I had employees running the business. I'd go in the morning, just make sure everything's working out really well. They would run it all day, and it worked out so, so well. We had so many customers coming in. Where it was in downtown, and we had so many businesses and government institutions or organizations that were around us. There were so many people working downtown. So we were so busy, so slammed. Then 2009 happened. The crash happened. The people that were my customers, they first got furloughed. Furloughed means let's not have you work for a couple weeks. Well, that decreased the amount of people that were coming in and buying our goods. Then they got laid off, and then they weren't working anymore. And so my customer base just kept dropping and dropping and dropping. It got worse and worse and worse. And I had payroll that I had to make. I had my mortgage that I took out of my house. I bought my company. I built it up with the money that I have out of my house. And you guys remember the subprime loans all the problems that happened in the economy, all of the prices just crashed. For me, I invested back in 2006 when I bought my first property. That was something that was making me money, but my business started costing me money. And this is what my business looked like. Nobody was there. It was bad. Our sales went so far that I had to dip into our savings and actually start paying all of our employees with the money that I worked for my job. That's not what you want to do for a business. Then our mortgage started to become in trouble because I couldn't afford the new mortgage payment because my business wasn't making me money. It was taking money out of my pocket to run the business. And then I'm also having to pay the loan on my house as well. My wife and I were very, very scared, worried, and concerned. Have you guys ever had a bill that hits you that it's like, what are we going to do? Something that just rocks you and you're thinking, I might lose my house. We might have to move. We might not be able to feed our family. Back then, before I invested in real estate, I had fear all the time about money. I had fear all the time about money because when you're just depending on somebody else to give you money, that's the most risky thing I have ever found as opposed to working for myself, building my businesses, investing in real estate. Because one person has the ability to take away your ability to feed your family just by laying you off, firing you, say, oh, no more, you're gone. That's so risky. I don't trust other people anymore because I got laid off. I told you guys that story as well. But back then, before I invested in real estate, I was fearful all the time about not having enough money. Now, we live in very, very strange times right now. Very, very strange times right now. And the reason why I'm telling you, it's not that you should invest, it's that you must invest in real estate for not just your financial future, but even to be able to pay for food, roof over your head. Right now, we know inflation has been skyrocketing for 4 or 5 years now, and inflation is going back up again. That's why Federal Reserve has not lowered interest rates, because if they lower interest rates, more inflation, and they're scared. Inflation's already going up, so they can't do that. And they can't raise interest rates because that's going to stall the economy. This is really, really rough. We also see, just go to the grocery store, what you would normally spend, let's say $100 for, it costs $200 or $300 now. There's also, we see lots of wars and rumors of wars all over the place. It's pretty scary right now. It's pretty scary right now. Also, we have, tragically, things happen like the assassination of Charlie Kirk. It makes no sense, but we're in scary, scary times right now. Now, back before I invested in real estate, I used to worry about paying gas. Now, be completely honest, it's not fun to pay higher prices in gas, but because I invest in real estate, we're blessed to have enough money where I don't have to worry about it. But right now, California, it's $8 a gallon for gas, if not more now. It's just crazy how everything's getting more and more expensive. And if you expect your job to pay you more just because no, they're not going to do that. Food and also gas prices and pharmaceutical prices are just skyrocketing. Insurance just takes our money and they don't really do anything for us. We're looking at all these costs going up. This just happened in February. 92,000 jobs were lost. Let me explain it just a little bit more. The U.S., they looked at all the job losses, and it was 92,000 less people employed. But if you look at this tiny graph, you can see that there's a negative. That's the February, before it was January, and then it keeps going back every month. But here's what they were expecting. They were expecting 55,000 increase, but they got 92,000 decrease. That's a 140,000 job difference. This is changing. Now, what else is changing? AI. AI is going to disrupt everything. If you have a job that's potentially going to have taken over by AI, you got to be worried. That's not, you should invest, it's you must invest. Oracle, just I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, came out and said, we're going to lay off 30,000 programmers. Who here is a Gen Xer? Raise your hand, Gen X. Okay, we got a few. So, you guys remember, or you guys have probably all heard, especially us Gen Xers, they said, do not be a plumber, that's for stupid people. Don't be a tradesman, go be a programmer. go to college, get in thousands of dollars into debt, and be a programmer. All those jobs are now gone. No more jobs for any technology. It's all AI. We just don't know it yet. We just saw the first thing, 30,000 programming jobs gone because of AI. Here's a list of all the different jobs that are likely or very likely to be let go and replaced by AI. Remember, it's not that you should invest, it's that you must invest. Your job is not secure. It's very risky. Elon Musk said AI and robotics could replace up to 50% of white-collar jobs. White-collar jobs. Not blue-collar. Blue-collar, they have to use their hands. White-collar, they just sit at a desk. These people are going to be losing their jobs. Now, I remember 2009 and 10, people had no jobs. I got laid off during that time. And how are they going to feed their family? So remember, it's not that you should, it's that you must invest in real estate. But remember, we're living in weird times. We are so much more divided here as a country than ever before. And we're not at all getting political. I just think that we should all get together. But we see everything's divided. Have you guys ever had that worry of a bill that came in? Or how am I going to pay the mortgage? How am I going to pay the grocery bill? So I had to worry about my mortgage. I had to worry about my business. And everybody else is starting to feel that too. We just haven't noticed it. The reason why you haven't noticed it, the news has not been telling you all this stuff. They're trying to keep it under wraps, it seems like, but there's so many things that you hear on the outside. But the world is lost. Everybody's lost. They're like, what's going on? Everything's crazy. We're living in crazy times, and everybody wants answers. The world wants answers. We want answers to how we can protect our family, feed our family, put a roof over our heads. And remember, it's not that you should, it's that you must invest in real estate because more than likely, your job is going to be affected and then there's going to be problems for you. But we want answers to what everybody says. Well, I'm here to tell you guys today, real estate is the answer. It is one of the basic necessities that people absolutely need in their life. They need food, clothing, shelter, and water. Shelter, that's what we're going to provide for them. Now, the alternative, even if you could keep your job, is not easy. It's a slow failure. Working 40 plus years of your life, 40 hours a day, and then hopefully retire at 70 years old and live on 40% of what you saved that entire time working at J.O.B., living just over broke. AI might take over your job. Can you give your job to your kids? No, you cannot. You can give your real estate. Now, the barrier to investing in real estate is knowledge and being around the right people. We're getting that right now. But not having money, like you say, some of you might say, well, Dustin, I don't have any money. Like, I don't have credit. I don't have money. I don't have time. I don't have experience. I don't have this. Nick Vujicic didn't have any arms or legs, and he learned how to swim. You guys remember yesterday I talked about the 3 keys to investing. The first key is real estate is simple, but it's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. There are many people that should be here in this room that couldn't make it, didn't want to make it, let things get in the way. You guys didn't. Yesterday I told you you're in the right room. This is the right place that you are to be because you've given up all these other things you could be doing to be here for your future. Now, real estate investing, it's very, very simple, but it does take reps. Just like if you're going to go to the gym, you need to put in the reps. You can't just walk into the gym, okay, I lifted, and not lift a weight and just kind of stand there and look around, okay, I'm good, and then leave. You can't do that. You actually have to do the reps. Simple is not necessarily easy. It's easier when you're around the right people, when you get knowledge, when you get education, and you help other people along the way, everything gets better and better. That's why I do this, because I invest better. I make more money when I invest in real estate. I kid you not, because of this conference that I put on, that's what blessed me to be able to buy my large apartment complex. I got almost 900 units. Because of this conference, it helped me to invest in more properties. This is why I do all this stuff. But it's not complex. It's actually very simple. It's like a napkin. It's very, very simple. You write it on a napkin exactly how to do this. You find a property, you buy it, you rent it out, tenant pays the mortgage, you keep the difference. The value doubles every 15 years and you just keep doing it over and over and over again. Very, very simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. And I want to pause for a quick second and share that honestly, I really want you to invest in real estate. Now, my new goal is to help 1 million people invest in real estate. So 2 things I would ask from you. Number 1, if you get anything out of this episode, please share it with somebody else. Just say, hey, check out Dustin at Master Passive Income. He really wants to help 1 million people to invest in real estate. That's number 1. Number 2, I want to get you to invest in real estate. Get my real estate investing course absolutely for free. Text the word rental, RENTAL to 33777. Rental to 33777. I'll literally give you my course, show you how to find an area of the country to invest, how to build the business first. I always talk about that, and how to find the right properties, how to make sure you're getting experts to do the work for you, and scale the business to where you're making $250 or more in passive income. Scale it to quit your job. I'll literally get to you, or go to masterpassiveincome.com/free course. Obviously, it'll be in the description, but I really, really want you to invest in real estate, because the more that actual, normal, everyday people own real estate, the better everybody's life gets. 2 of my students, Sean and Roberta, they found me on my podcast. They came to the first ever Rubicon, is what it was called, back in 2022. They came, and they're super sweet people. They didn't think they could do it. They believed it was impossible because super complex. They didn't have the money. They didn't have any experience. They didn't have. But as I worked with them, as I helped them, as we, all the students, everybody got together to help each other out, we got better and better. They invested in real estate. They have Airbnbs. They have single family homes, and they're growing their wealth. Now remember, there are 4 lanes to freedom through real estate investing. 4 different lanes. Ways to buy and hold. I'll get to that in a second. That's what we do, is buy and hold. The 4 ways: long-term, short-term, mid-term, and co-living. I'll quickly say co-living is going to take off. It's going to be crazy. Now, I personally would not want to live in a house with other people, random people that I don't know. I would not want to do that. But the younger generation, they're actually okay with that, because they are relegated, or they now believe home ownership is nothing I can have. And so I got to live somewhere. So let me go ahead and live with somebody else. But long term, lower income, lower total cash flow, so boring, easy, steady money. I love those. 80% of my portfolio is long term. I love those because I don't do a thing in it, and my property takes care of me. Short term, you make more money, but there's a lot more work. You get property managers to do it, a lot more wear and tear on your property. It's still a benefit, but you make more money because there's a lot more effort. Midterm, right in the middle there. Personally, my favorite is midterm. I love midterm properties. In fact, one of my properties, I've had one tenant in there for 2 years now. Started as 3 months. They're solar installers. They just need a place for the employees to stay. Charging them $3,700, no, $38, no, it just went up, $3,900. And they originally were just 3 months, and they said, hey, can we just go off of Airbnb, and then we sign a lease with you for 12 months for the same price? I'm like, yes, of course. And so, yes, and they just keep renewing over and over again. So next year it'll go up to $4,000, and I could long-term rent this one for $2,000. Is this amazing? So real estate's absolute. So long-term, short-term, and midterm, remember that, and co-living. This is what we do as investors. Now remember also, real estate works. You know that real estate works. We have so many more people coming up to speak, to share with you their story of sitting in your chairs and how it works for them. Oh, let me go back one. But you have to know what you're doing. When I first bought my first property, I followed those TikTok gurus. It wasn't really TikTok. It was more the infomercial people back then in 2006. When you're an employee, you go to work and you come home and you just kind of watch TV. And eventually you watch long enough and those infomercials come on. Hey, we're coming to your town. So real estate works if you know what you're doing. When I followed what they told me to do, my property manager, first time I ever bought a first property, my property manager started stealing from me within 6 months because I didn't know what I was doing. But if I would have hung my head and say, oh, this doesn't work, I wouldn't be standing here today. I realized that there has to be a way. I'm not reinventing the wheel. So I started learning from other people, but you have to know what you're doing. Income building business. When you build a business, if you guys heard my podcast at all or anything about, I would always tell you we need to build a business. And you do not build a business to be an income loser. Do you want to be an income loser where you lose income? No, nobody has a business where you lose money. We want to have a business that makes us money. That's why we're income builders. And the investor trap, where you get phone call in the middle of the night, 2 a.m. on Tuesday morning saying, hey, the toilet's leaking, come here and fix this. Those are terrible. I never get those. Out of all the properties that I own, I never get those because I have other people taking those. Then the other way is the Tuesday morning where you wake up drinking your coffee without an alarm clock. And I'll say this, for the last 10 years, I have not had an alarm clock. It is, if there's one like tiny thing that you don't even realize is amazing, it is amazing never having to wake up to an alarm clock ever again because a stupid job is making you be there. Cash flow is what brings us the ability to feed our families and have financial freedom. One of my students, Rosie, super awesome lady, she wanted to invest in real estate. She's kind of spinning her wheels, not able to really do it. And then, remember, real estate works. And then when she bought her first property, coached her to buy her first property, it was a duplex. In just, I think it was 2020 when she bought it. And then by 2022, it had already gone up like $50,000. Now, 2024, it's up like $100,000. Now, obviously, we see just this run up recently. But remember, every single 15 years, real estate doubles in value. So Rosie said, Dustin, I can't thank you enough. Number one, I have a tenant in one side, I'm living in the other. So the tenant's paying the mortgage, she's living rent-free, mortgage-free, and the value has skyrocketed, so now she has a home equity line of credit to buy more real estate. Now, to build the business, this is what you need to realize. It's the who, not how. I don't want you to be thinking, how do I do this? Like I personally, how do I physically get this done? No. I want you to be thinking, who do I find that really wants to do this, that I will have them do it for me? It's the who, not the how. Lenders, we got lenders outside in the expo hall. You have somebody that finds deals, that sends you deals. In fact, I have lots and lots of lenders. I have lots and lots of people sending me deals all the time to my email box. On Tuesday morning, I'll be drinking coffee, getting ready to go to the gym. I always go to the gym 5 days a week. But I get my email. Oh, here's another property. Oh, there's another property. I'll buy that one. No, I don't like that one. And that's the way you need to be living. Many contractors, many property managers, insurance agents, we need people that their business is to take care of your business. You just need to build that business first before you buy the property. Now, I mentioned this a little bit earlier. The two most powerful words in investing is buy and hold. We don't flip. That's another job. You own a job. If you don't, I love Kirby said, if you've ever, who's ever not lost money? And he said, you're a damn liar if you haven't lost money. I thought that was hilarious. That made me laugh. Because when you're flipping, it's just another job. And you're hoping that the value goes up from when you bought it, you fix it up and it's worth more. That's what you're hoping. We don't want another job. Wholesaling, it's great to make money. Like these are great and okay to make money. But at the same time, if you don't do the next one, you're not gonna be able to feed your family. It's buy and hold. Remember the 4 lanes? We have short-term, mid-term, long-term, and co-living. We buy and hold it because just over time, if you're making $1,000 a month from every single property that you make, one property is $1,000 a month, 10 properties is $10,000 a month, 20 properties is $20,000. This is cash flow. This is money in your pocket. 40 properties is $40,000, but look at yearly. 10 properties, $120,000. The greatest thing about that, if you got paid $120,000, your taxes, you're going to probably take home like maybe $60,000, $70,000. With real estate investing, you're going to take home almost all of that because we pay almost no money in taxes. Go up to 40 properties, that is $240,000 a year. No, that's wrong. That's 20 properties. AI didn't help me out there. Okay, $480,000 a year. That's what it's like if you compound it over and over again, just buying one property. And the buy and hold engine keeps going. Number one, you make money every single month to pay your bills, take care of your family. When you lost your job because AI took over, you're like, that's okay. I got my income from my properties. Then it doubles every 15 years. Do not sell the property though. Some people say, Dustin, like I'm already up like $300,000. If I sell it now, then I could use that to buy. I'm like, if you did that $300,000, you're going to be taxed 50% of that. So think 50% completely gone. Instead, always buy and hold and then give them to your kids. Instead, if you want the equity, all you need to do is get a tax-free loan from a bank. The bank is going to say, oh yeah, you got this much equity. Yes, here's a loan. The IRS doesn't look at a loan as taxable income, so it's tax-free. You use it to buy a yacht if you want. You can use it to buy what I use it to buy more real estate. I took 6 of my properties. My wife and I, when I quit my job, she said, hey, you're quitting your job. We've got a lot of loans. I would like it if you paid off the majority or if not all those loans. I'm like, oh no, that's money that I could use to buy more real estate. She goes, I don't care. That's our comfortability, my risk tolerance. So I was blessed to take off and pay off majority of the loans. The 30 plus properties we own, I think we have 2 loans. But then recently, I bundled 6 properties together in a commercial DSCR loan. It's a debt service coverage ratio loans. We have lenders out there that'll help you figure that out too. Amazing, 30-year fixed. Bundled 6 properties, pulled out $550,000 from those properties. Remember, they were free and clear originally, $550,000. That's what I used to buy 3 more properties and buy my $35 million apartment complex. Isn't this amazing? Like, it just keeps going. It gets better and better and better. Now, the great thing is those 6 properties that I refinanced, 3 of those pays that new mortgage. I still have 3 more making me money, and I have this money now making me more money. But every 15 years, it doubles. Do not sell, always refinance. Remember, one property over 30 years turns into $980,000. Then you do it 10 times. Sorry, AI, I forgot to put the comma in there. Do it 10 times. In 30 years, that's $10 million, including cash in your pocket to live on every single month. Remember, you can do it. I want you guys to remember, real estate is simple, it works, and also that you can do it. I want to tell you a quick story. Lifting over 1,000 pounds. So there had never been recorded history of anybody lifting over 1,000 pounds before. Just think about 1,000 pounds. That is absolutely ridiculous. Like if each side is 500, I know I wouldn't even be able to pick up one side. I can't lift up 500 pounds. This is 1,000 pounds. Well, the first person ever that's recorded was Andy Bolton, 2006. Picked up 1,003 pounds. Just absolutely insane amount of strength. Then somebody else did it after him. How do you pronounce it? Benedict Magnuson, there you go. In 2014, beat that record. Absolutely, it's looking grinning ear to ear. That's my type of guy. I'd be grinning ear to ear too. Then Eddie Hall in 2014. This guy's a beast. Actually, he goes by beast. But anyways, 1,102 pounds. So he beat the last guy. Then recently, Hafbjörn Borgensen, he lifted 1,104 pounds. Every single time got better and better, got more and more and more, just like people getting faster and faster and faster. Research is not, and learning is not your problem. More than likely, you've read many books, listened to many podcasts, you've saw lots of YouTube. That's not the problem. You probably have all that. It's action. We need to take action and then switch our identity from being a landlord to becoming an income builder. An income builder has automatic income coming in. I've got, just of my single family homes, I've got property managers taking care of that. A lot of people have heard of the book, The 4-Hour Workweek. Who's heard of the book, 4-Hour Workweek? Yes? Yes, okay, some. So the premise is to make your life that you only have to work 4 hours a week. I think working 4 hours a week is for suckers. I don't want to work 4 hours a week. I don't even want to work 4 hours a month on my real estate. I maybe work 30 minutes. In fact, I scratch that. I'll take it back. I taught my daughter, my daughter, the 16, she's 17 now, that came here, stand on stage. She now does all the things that I would have done, and I pay her to do it. It only takes her 30 minutes because we have an automatic business. Other people do all this for us. Now, the reality of execution, my goal for you is to get your first property in 60 days or less. And it's happened time and time again from my students. Or you can just spend thousands of hours consuming content and not taking action and getting analysis paralysis. Who knows what this is? We got one. Greg, what is it? Yes, I want to hear it. I won't make you go through it, Greg. This is a fantastic, it's the song that I love. I have not actually seen the movie. This movie is Annie, Get Your Gun. Very old, but it has an amazing song in it that I absolutely love. This is my personality ever since I've born. And the song goes like, has anybody heard the song? Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay, cool, I got something. I'm not gonna play it for you, but I'm gonna give you the lyrics. You should listen to the song. Annie, Get Your Gun. It says, anything you can do, I can do better. Yeah, anything you can do, I can do better. And they go back and forth. It's so amazing. I can do anything better than you. When I heard that song, I'm like, that's my anthem. Anything you can do, I can do better. If somebody tells me you can't do that, I'm like, just watch. Just watch me do it. That's just how I've been. Anything you can do, I can do better. I want you guys, every single one of you sitting in your chair to be thinking, Dustin, anything you've done, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. I want you to believe that. I want you to beat me. Remember, what one person can do, another person can do. Here is an amazing story. We have Charles Rose Jr. on the right, and Pranith, I talked about him yesterday, on the left. Charles, he's going to share his story a little bit later, so I'm not going to dive into it. But one of my students, he has defeated me in success. So much better than I've ever done, and faster. And he'll share his story. I can't wait for you guys to hear his story. It's absolutely amazing. It's later on today. But he's beat me. But guess what? Pranith is Charles's student. Pranith has destroyed Charles's records. It just gets better and better. That's what we want for you. That's why we love coaching. That's why we love helping these people, everybody, all of our students, and you. That's why we put on this event, to show that anything I can do, I know you guys can do. But then I want you guys I want you to do better than me, better than Charles, and better than Pranith, just like our other speakers here. So you've heard a couple of them already. We're going to be hearing more. These people have sat in your chairs thinking, I don't think I could ever invest in real estate. I don't think I can get to 10 properties. I don't think I can get to financial freedom. But then that one action of saying yes, committing to your future, moves forward and forward and forward, and eventually you reach your goal. But I'm not going to share these guys' stories. They're going to tell, it's an amazing story. Now, every single successful investor had doubts. Everybody has doubts. We all do. We want to kill those doubts. Those doubts are like, hey, this is incredible, but I can't do it. My situation, my issues of this, that, other, my circumstances, we want to crush that so you don't have to think about that ever again. Once you get your first property, you're thinking, that was so easy. I can't believe it took me this long. So you need to say yes to your future. So if you say no and you continue going down the path that you're already going, that AI may take your job, right now it's comfortable discomfort, working at dead-end J.O.B. Eventually it's going to be discomfort, because AI might take your job. But if you say yes, when you're nervous, you're anxious, you're excited, you're hopeful, you say yes to yourself, yes to your future, even when you don't have all the answers, it's inevitable win. The greatest regret is not trying and failing, but knowing you have not acted and you've done nothing. I don't want you 20 years from now thinking, I was at Income Building Live in Nashville in 2026. I knew I should have invested in real estate, but I never did. You don't want to be sitting there 20 years from now thinking that. You want to be thinking the 100% opposite. I'm so glad I said yes to my future. I'm so glad I bought my first property. I'm so glad I committed to my future. All right, everybody stand up. Everybody stand up. Are you committed to your future? Yes. Let's do it. Let's do it right. Are you committed to your future?
Yes.
Are you an income builder?
Yes.
Are you going to own your future?
Yes.
Now say it with me. I own it.
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 Time for your future starts now. It will be here no matter what. If you move or not, your future will be here. If you make your future better than mine, how I did, anything I can do, I know you can do better. My students have all beat me. You guys need to do as well. Own it and take action. Thank you, guys. And that is it for today. Go ahead and get my free real estate investing course. Text the word rental to 33777. RENTAL to 33777. You can also join my Real Estate Wealth Builders group coaching. Get all my courses. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next show. See ya.